And could this be a hung jury? Let's bring in Susan Constantine, jury consultant and body language expert. Let's look at the foreman. All right, so the foreman's a salesman from Harlem, but he was born in Ireland, didn't finish college, married, no kids. Do you think this guy's a defense juror?
He's a defense juror. This is a juror that's coming to this country, right? He's looking at this as a land of opportunity, and he's trumpeting everything that he believes in. So when I look at this particular juror and that he is also a middle-class citizen, and the type of position that he has is non-authoritarian, I think this is definitely a defense juror and a very strong one. Okay,
a salesman is non-authoritarian. Okay, I have met a few salesmen that would maybe differ from that. Number two is the nurse. This nurse scares me if I'm Trump. She's from the Upper East Side, master's degree, not married, no kids, lives with her fiance. Gets her news from the New York Times and CNN.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You know, it sounded really good until I heard the CNN part of it, and automatically strike that one.
So you can't strike. All right, and then you got an Asian lawyer.
Yeah. No.
And he's a corporate guy. His law firm, you go right on it, says DEI all over it. What do you think about him?
No, definitely no, because he's too influential. You get him into deliberations, and he can sway those jurors that are in there. So absolutely no, so not this one.
You usually don't like lawyers as jurors. I understand that. Now, here's a juror that I like. Puerto Rican, born there, says Trump's fascinating and mysterious, and he has grandchildren. I mean, that's pretty good, right?
Yes, and I see this one as a Trump apprentice. This is someone that is really fascinated with Donald Trump. He finds him mysterious, and I think that he's going to be sitting there in awe and wonder just watching, Donald Trump in the jury during the whole jury process. So I think he's definitely a great defense juror.
Okay, and it only takes one to have it hung. Juror number 5. Now, this one I could go either way. Black woman in her 20s, doesn't follow the news, knew nothing of any of the Trump charges. She's a teacher, not married, no kids, and all of her friends hate Trump, but I don't know. I'm not so sure about her. What do you think?
Yeah, what I'm concerned about her, for number one, usually I don't like teachers on the defense side. I usually, those are one of my eliminations.
Why?
But the other part
Why don't you like teachers?
Well, because they're usually very opinionated. They're very right and wrong. And I think that's going to be a real problem, because I see Donald Trump's jurors being the ones that are in those gray areas, not those black and white authoritarian jurors, more egalitarian. And also, is she going to be influenced by her own community, within the African American community?
When she goes back home in between,
problem.
yeah. Now, juror number 6, woman in her 20s, works for Disney, likes to dance. I mean, that is not a Trump juror.
It is not, and you have to think about, too, Disney is filled with all these young people. I think young people is a real issue on this one, because they're activists, so they're always trying to find something to stand for, and I think this is a real big problem for Donald Trump.
Now, last one, you think this guy's going to be all right, middle-aged, balding, white guy with a tan, and then you find out also a corporate litigator whose website's filled with ESG, DEI nonsense. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you later, bye-bye, gone.
Okay. All right. So more jury selection tomorrow. Maybe we'll have you back and we can see who's authoritarian and who's not. Thank you so much.
Okay.